Silksong is coming out in 3 days at time of writing and I haven't touched Hollow Knight in almost 4 years, so I decided to jump back into the game to get my feet wet again. When I booted it up, I saw a save file with a checkpoint in the White Palace. I wondered, what if the Path of Pain is already unlocked? And it was, so naturally I had to do it. Show! I trained myself to conquer this nightmare many times before, so I thought, hey, maybe I can do it again. Well, the first attempt didn't go as expected. After an entire hour, I'd barely passed the first checkpoint and I decided to give up. The next day though I felt like I could actually pull this off, so I tried again, and something clicked. I breezed through the first area like it was nothing, sailed through the second part, it felt amazing. Then came a new section that required some attempts. Down pogo after down pogo, on saw blades, I reached the first checkpoint and that seemed really promising. Then a very quick section that I remember well, many jumps and I was good. Next checkpoint. A bit of saw blades, get the good timing and I was good again. At that point my hands started sweating because I knew this was just the beginning. Try after try after try, I was losing hope against that moving saw blade. Then, the perfect down pogo sequence and BAM! I was through. The next little section took about 3 times and I was flying. Hell yeah! Alright, I thought, after this part it's so easy, right? Well, not exactly. I managed the next section pretty easy, okay, really enough. Got the timing down for the lifters and boom! Through it. This part was tougher because I had to nail the timing for those tricky platforms again, but eventually I made it to the next section. Now the real course begins and you start to understand you're getting closer to more pain. Try after try I was stuck for 10 minutes and the tension was building. But then, crack! I nailed it and reached the next checkpoint. Oh, it was so hard. I had a good feeling and after just to try, yes! The final part of the path. I trained so much for this section in the past, but I was terrified. And for a good reason. The timing here is critical and it took me countless attempts. After an hour of the whole process from the beginning of the path, I was completely drained. The next day I decided I had to complete it, so I summoned the power from my 3D printed Hollow Knight plushie, thanks to my friend, and I did everything again. This time everything clicked perfectly, like I'd doing this forever. First phase immediately done, every movement felt in place. In just 15 minutes I was at the final section. I was so hyped! After a few attempts, I executed the perfect down pogo sequence and slipped through the tiny gap between the spikes. A few more down pogos, then the moving saw blade pogo and it's done! You know when it's perfect because the adrenaline starts pumping and I knew what awaited me. The 2 guards were waiting, but I was ready. Or so I thought. They absolutely destroyed me and it hurts. I felt completely crushed. But I couldn't give up. I called upon the god of hollowness to give me the strength, and I did it again. Everything from the beginning, for the 3rd time. I blazed through all the platforming section, got so close to the victory. I reached the final fight again. But my attacks seemed to do almost no damage. Something was wrong. Then I realized the devastating truth. My past self from 4 years ago had the brilliant idea to attempt the Path of Pain with a nail that was only level 2 out of 5. I had completed the Path of Pain 3 times, just to discover that the real enemy was me all along. So, did I complete the Path of Pain before Silksong Release? Well, I came incredibly close, but the final cutscene remains in my memory. It was a brutal lesson though. The pain was real, but so was the reminder that sometimes our greatest obstacles are the ones we create for ourselves. Maybe that's the real message of the Path of Pain after all. I'll complete the Path of Pain again, but not today. What if Silksong contains another Path of Pain as well?